Steve came in here as a highly recruited player. You know, Scott Allison recruited him, and he was a freshman. And we had another goalie who was a starting goalie from the year before. And you know, right off the bat, Steve was pushing him to kind of get on the field. And Steve was just really quick, you know, as a goalie, very quick to make saves and outlet the ball. And so I knew right away he could be something special. The one thing that really stands out to me about Steve Mason is his intensity. He was always super intense for games, super intense for practice, always wanting to save every shot. And I think that's a big quality in being a good goalie, is that you feel you should save every shot. And Steve definitely believed that and practiced that way. Steve always had good leadership qualities. You know, he kind of found himself here at Roanoke, which is great. And you know, his freshman year, he was kind of thrust into the starting lineup due to some injuries and things like that. And he came in and played one of the best games I've seen a goalie play at Roanoke, and you know, led us to a victory in the quarterfinals against Washington College. Just had 22 saves, I believe, in that game, and they really just couldn't score on him. I think the thing that Steve really brought was how important lacrosse was to him and how intense he approached every practice and every game. I think that intensity really kind of bled through on the other guys. And while he was here, we had some other great players too. You know, when I think of Steve Mason, I automatically think of Dan Morrison, who's another Hall of Fame member. And you know, they were great friends, and Dan was a defenseman, you know, in front of Steve for some of those years. And I think of those two guys together, and both of those guys kind of embodied the intensity that you want to have, the commitment to the team that you want to have. And I think that's what I think of when I think of Steve Mason. Steve's been a great alum for Roanoke. He's helped out myself coaching. He's coached many years with us, helped our goalies, helped make Ian Davies a first-team All-American goalie, and other goalies as well who he helped. And then we see him around campus with his videos and stuff with his business. So he's a great resource to Roanoke College. I think a favorite memory with Steve would just be the type of person he was, and how serious he was, and how he always wanted to be better, and how he always wanted to work hard. And just him being a goalie, you know, I coached the goalies when he was here, so it was a close relationship with Steve and myself. I consider Steve a great friend to me and to Roanoke College. Steve Mason, congratulations on being in the Hall of Fame. You deserve it, buddy. I love you.